My name is Levi Blue. My relationship with God is better than it ever has been in the last 10 years. It's grown tremendously. I got saved at 12 years old. But from 12 to 24, basically 12 years old to 24 years old, I just kind of did what I wanted. I just knew I was saved. But at the age of 24, my life began to change. And so from 24, now I'll be 34 next month. It's just grown tremendously. I see God in ways I never saw him before. So God He reveals himself daily and reminds me through his word that he'll never leave me nor forsake me. Because that was kind of my thing, was acceptance, trying to find my purpose and place in life. And, I've always felt like I stood out like a sore thumb. I never really fit in one particular crowd. And so he constantly reminds me, I'm still here with you. I'm still here with you. So that's kind of what my relationship with God is. Just, it grows every day. Dying to your flesh every day. It's, I come from a secular hip hop background. That's what I did before I gave my life to Jesus, was I was doing secular hip hop. So, anything with the nightclub scene and everything that comes with it. So now living for God and also having children of my own now, it's how do I be that example for them so that they don't go through the same road that I went through. So just killing your flesh daily, it's a daily battle. It's hard, it really is. But I think that the more we continue to press in, the easier it is, and the less I think about the previous person who I was before. I wouldn't say I doubted God. I would say that it was more or less, I doubted the question of why did God allow this to happen, or something particular that happened. My brother died about 5 years ago, and I didn't really question God. I just questioned the circumstance. Okay, God, why did this happen? What can you use in this situation to grow from? Because I don't see it. You're gonna have to show me. So, to answer your question, no, I didn't really necessarily doubt God, just the circumstances that was going around. The first word that comes to mind is tremendously. I actually just graduated from Oral Roberts University back in 2020, but I got to walk in 21. From the moment that I rededicated my life to Christ, coming from a secular background, coming from a hip hop background, the dialogue is so broken. Meaning the words we speak, how we use words. So my words, any more people tell me I'm very proper. So I like that because that's just my growth in God. I used to sag my pants 6 years ago, and God Himself spoke to my heart and said, "Pull your pants up." So my theology has changed tremendously. My education level has changed tremendously. And so I'm just growing every day. I just love it. I really do. I love it because I don't want to be the same person I was 3 weeks ago or a year ago. I want to constantly evolve into the person, God has called me to be. Because if not, then what's the point? I want to say we came from an organized type background of just crime, if you will. Not saying I wasn't part of organized crime, but what I'm saying is, like, I've done dirt with my own mom. And so now that God changed my perspective, it's like I realized that what we were doing was wrong. Meaning we were doing things we shouldn't have been doing, but I wasn't taught any better. You know what I mean? I grew up in the world. And then when God touches your life, you're like, what were we thinking? We wasn't, because we just didn't know any better. You know what I mean? So God has just really just traumatically just changed my heart. That's where it starts at. He changed my heart. And then when He changes your heart, He changes your outer appearance, changes the way you look, the way you talk, the way you act, and things that used to be funny are no longer funny to me. And I love that because that's part of my growth. I don't know. I'm just blessed to be alive and to be here, and to be actually 10 years since I rededicated my life back to Christ in September. And so I turn 34 next month, and I just love life, and life's good.